Welcome to AI Overdrive. Wow, this week has been crazy, right? So many AI developments. It's like every tech company is in this race to see who can push things the furthest.
It's been wild. Like a few months ago, some of the stuff we're seeing seemed impossible, straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, let's jump right in. OpenAI, they kind of kicked things off with their 12 Days of OpenAI event, and, well, they definitely lived up to the hype.
They really did. Day one, they launched ChatGPT Pro, their fancy version, and the full OpenAI 001 model is officially out in the wild. Huge improvement, especially with reasoning and problem solving.
Right, but for people like me who, aren't hardcore AI experts, what does that even mean? Like, how will this change how we use AI?
Okay, think of it this way. OpenAI 01 is like upgrading from a basic calculator to like a supercomputer. You can tackle way more complex things, anything from writing and coding to understanding really difficult topics.
Okay, that makes sense. I know a lot of people were worried about the price difference between the Pro version and the standard OpenAI o1 model.
Yeah, and OpenAI has said that even the standard 20-month gives you access to a much better model compared to that preview version.
Good news for those of us not quite ready to drop $200 a month for the Pro version.
Hmm.
But they didn't stop there, did they? Day two, we get reinforcement fine-tuning, which sounds pretty intense.
It is, but powerful too. Developers can now take OpenAI models and, well, customize them for very specific tasks.
So instead of this one-size-fits-all AI, you can get one that's, like, made just for you.
Exactly. Think about it. If you're a lawyer, you could train GPT on all those legal cases and have it write up contracts or analyze law, but specifically for your area. That's the power of this customization.
Now that is where things get really interesting, taking this powerful AI and making it work for you. And there are still rumors flying around about what else OpenAI has up their sleeve, right?
The big one is that text-to-video AI, Sora. If it's as good as people say, it could completely change video creation. Imagine making videos as easily as writing.
Wait, so you're saying high-quality videos just from typing a few words? That's kind of crazy.
It really is. Imagine the possibilities for content creators, educators, businesses, anyone who wants to use visuals.
Okay, gotta be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed with just the OpenAI news. And we haven't even touched on Google yet.
I know, right? Google's been just as busy, especially with their Gemini models, dominating leaderboards. The new Gemini Pro is the top dog in the chatbot world right now.
What's so special about Gemini? What makes them, like, stand out from the crowd?
A few things. They're really good at understanding and responding to complex questions. Super adaptable, too, so they can handle a ton of different tasks.
So, like the Swiss Army knife of AI models.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And on top of all that, Google's been working on open source models like PGEMMA 2, which is a vision language model that creates, well, super detailed image captions.
So instead of just saying, dog, this AI could describe the picture in way more detail.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about seeing objects, it's about understanding the whole context, the relationships within an image. That's a huge leap forward in how AI understands things.
Wow. And all this while they're also working on AI-powered world building. This sounds like something out of, like, a sci-fi movie.
It does, right? But it's happening. With Google's Genie 2 model, you can create these interactive AI worlds, think like video game environments, constantly changing and evolving.
Hold on. So I get walk through a forest created by AI, and it remembers where I've been and what I did. That's pretty insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's not just for games. Think about AI research. It's like a training ground for AI to learn in complex, changing environments. And for things like education or therapy, imagine interactive experiences that are tailored to you.
The possibilities are just wow. But wait, there's more. Google also dropped a ton of Pixel phone updates, all powered by AI. They're really going all in on integrating AI into our lives, huh?
Oh, absolutely. These updates show how seamlessly AI can improve our devices. Like that new AI call answering feature, say goodbye to annoying spam calls.
I think everyone would love that. What else can these AI-powered Pixels do?
They can organize your screenshots automatically, which is great if you're like me and take a million screenshots. And there's expressive captions, which analyze the emotion in your videos and, well, put that into the captions.
So instead of just saying laughter, it might say hearty laughter or giggles.
Exactly. It gives you a much deeper understanding of the tone and emotion in the video.
It's like we're getting closer and closer to that seamless AI integration we always imagined. But it wasn't just OpenAI and Google making waves this week. Other companies were making big moves too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Microsoft, they showed off their new Copilot Vision features, still in preview, but this is going to change how we use our computers.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me more.
These features let the AI assistant actually understand what's on your computer screen and, like, interact with it.
So instead of me digging through my downloads folder, I could just ask the AI to find it for me.
You got it. It can analyze what's on your screen, find the important stuff, and even do things based on what you ask. You could be like, summarize this document or make a presentation from these pictures. It's like a super smart assistant right there on your desktop.
That would definitely save a lot of headaches. And Amazon, did they jump into the AI pool this week?
They did. Amazon unveiled a whole bunch of AI models under the name Nova. These models are made for, well, all sorts of things, from writing and images to even making videos. They're taking this multi-pronged approach, developing their own models while also, like, investing in and partnering with other AI companies.
So is Amazon trying to go head-to-head with OpenAI and Google in this AI race?
It seems like it. They've got a whole AI strategy covering everything from those core models to, like, industry-specific stuff. They definitely want to be a big player here.
Well, with all this competition, the AI world is clearly changing super fast. Before we move on to what else is happening, I want to, talk to our listeners for a second. We've covered a lot today, and I know it can feel overwhelming, but we're here to help you understand how all this might actually affect you.
Yeah, it's not just about the tech itself. It's about what it means for you, for your job, for the world we live in.
So stick with us as we keep going deeper into the biggest AI news of the week.
And, one area that's really heating up is AI video generation. It seems like everyone's jumping on board, trying to create the next big thing.
It's definitely the hot topic.
Yeah.
Along with OpenAI's Sora and Google's Veo, there's Amazon's Nova Reel, and then you've got Luma AI bringing its image and video generation models to Amazon Bedrock, which, by the way, is Amazon's platform for developers, makes it easier to use all sorts of AI models. Kind of a one-stop shop for building AI-powered apps.
Exactly. And companies like Huo are coming out with tools like Huo 12 V1 Live. This thing can take a still image, like a piece of art, and turn it into a moving video. Even Tencent, the Chinese tech giant, they've released an open source model for video generation. Exciting times for video, that's for sure.
With all these new tools and platforms popping up, what does this mean for the future of video? Are we all going to become AI filmmakers?
It definitely makes it easier for anyone to make videos. Imagine if anyone with just an idea and a few words could make high-quality videos. It changes everything for education, marketing, entertainment, you name it. We could see a boom in user-generated content, people telling their stories and sharing their ideas in all sorts of new ways.
It's got, well, exciting and a bit scary at the same time, right? Like, what happens to human creativity when AI can just make stuff so easily? But amidst all this video stuff, there was one announcement that caught my eye. It's from Leonardo AI, and it's called Flow State. It's this whole new way of using AI for images, and it sounds super cool.
Flow state really changes the game for image prompting. Instead of spending hours trying to get your text prompt just right, you can just scroll through a bunch of AI images based on your initial idea. See something you like, click more like this, and it refines the results. Much more intuitive and collaborative. You can zero in on the perfect image way easier.
It's like having this virtual art gallery curated just for you, but by AI. No more fighting with complicated prompts, trying to speak AI language. This makes being creative so much easier and, well, fun. And speaking of making things easier, there were some cool things happening with AI audio this week too, right?
Right. Remember 11 Labs, the company behind that AI podcast feature we talked about last week? They've made it even better. Now you can make and download podcasts straight from their web app. Super easy to share your AI-generated audio.
Hold on. So if I want to turn a long blog post into a podcast, I can just give it to 11 Labs and boom, instant podcast.
Pretty much. It opens up a ton of possibilities for making and sharing content, making it accessible to more people. And they've been talking about their conversational AI too, which lets people create and train their own chatbots. Imagine a chatbot that's trained on your knowledge, answering questions and having conversations based on your unique perspective.
That's wild. My own AI spokesperson to handle those emails and online stuff. Sign me up.
Right.
But with all this talk about AI taking over and doing all this amazing stuff, we can't forget about the human side of things, can we? How do we make sure AI makes our lives better, not, replaces us?
That's a really important point. A lot of companies are focused on that. Hume AI, for example, they specialize in emotionally aware AI. They just came out with these new voice controls, give developers way more control over the tone and nuances of synthetic speech.
So instead of that robotic voice we're used to hearing from AI, it could actually, express emotions and sound more natural.
Exactly. It's about making AI more focused on humans, making it feel more like a partner than just a tool. And speaking of blurring those lines between human and machine, Clone Robotics is really pushing the boundaries with their humanoid robot. Have you seen the pictures of this thing? It's crazy
I
realistic.
have, and it's both fascinating and kind of creepy, I have to admit. The detail is amazing. They've given it a skeleton, muscles, even skin that looks and moves like ours.
Right.
Really makes you think about where robots are headed and how we'll, interact with them as they get more advanced.
It definitely raises some big questions. But while Clone Robotics is focused on the physical side of AI, making it real, other companies are dealing with the ethical and legal side of things as AI gets more powerful. This week, all eyes were on Elon Musk and his battle with OpenAI.
That's been a whole saga, hasn't it?
Mm.
Musk filed an injunction to stop OpenAI from becoming a for-profit company. He says they've abandoned their original mission and are, like, competing unfairly, potentially hurting his own AI companies like XAI.
It's a tricky situation, and both sides have good points. Musk's injunction brings up important questions about transparency and accountability in the AI world. As AI gets more powerful, we need to talk openly about how it's developed and used. We need to make sure it's used responsibly, for everyone's benefit, not just a select few.
This whole thing really highlights the stakes in this AI race. It's not just about the tech anymore. It's about power, control, and ultimately the future of, well, humanity.
Mm.
And speaking of power and control, we can't ignore the political side of AI either. Recently, Donald Trump appointed David Sachs as his, get this, AI and crypto czar. He'll be shaping policy in those areas.
That's a big deal. Sachs being appointed could mean a major shift in how the U.S. approaches AI and crypto. Looks like the focus will be on making America the leader in these fields. Be interesting to see how his background as an investor and his views on free speech, online censorship, how that all influences policy decisions.
Definitely something to watch, especially as AI keeps becoming a bigger part of our lives. But while some are focused on shaping the future of AI through laws and regulations, others are taking a more hands-on approach. Humane, for example. They're known for that AI-powered pen that got mixed reviews. But now they're switching gears, going for an operating system they hope will be in everything, from cars to appliances.
That's a bold move. Shows how much they want to make AI a part of our everyday lives. Their demo videos show a world where you're constantly interacting with AI, whether you're driving, checking your phone, even just relaxing at home. It's a cool vision, but, we'll have to see if they can pull it off.
Seems like they're all in on the future of AI, and they're not the only ones. What's happening with robots is, like, blurring the lines between science fiction and reality even more. Companies like Clone Robotics are making these humanoid robots that look and move more human than ever.
It's amazing how far robotics has come. These robots aren't just tools anymore. They're getting more complex, able to interact with us in ways that feel more natural, more intuitive. It's exciting, but kind of makes you think, as we figure out what all this means.
I think exciting and unsettling sums up where we are with AI pretty well, don't you think? We've got all these breakthroughs, ethical questions, power struggles. It's a lot to handle, and it's changing so fast. But one thing's for sure, AI is here to stay, and it's going to keep changing our world in big ways.
No doubt about it. And that's why it's so important to stay informed, ask questions, and really think about the future we want with AI, because ultimately it's up to us to shape it.
Well said. Speaking of shaping the future, we have one last thing to cover before we wrap things up. This one comes from the research world, and it could totally change how we understand and interact with AI. Ready for this?
Hit me with it.
Researchers at this leading university have figured out how to see inside the mind of AI, like mapping its thought process in real time. That's a huge deal because it could help us understand how AI learns, how it makes decisions, even how it develops its own sense of understanding.
Whoa, that's groundbreaking. It could change the way we develop and test AI. Imagine being able to catch biases or errors in an AI's thinking before they even show up in what it does. The possibilities for safety, ethics, even just making AI better are huge.
It's really exciting, and it shows how much we still have to learn about AI. But I think we've hit our AI overload limit for one episode. How about we take a break and come back next week with more cool insights from the world of AI?
Sounds good to me. I'm already looking forward to what next week brings. Until then, everyone, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible with AI.
It's kind of like we're standing at the edge of something brand new.
Yeah.
But with all this AI talk, it's easy to get lost in the hype. I think we should step back and ask, what does this mean for our listeners, really?
Yeah, good point. Honestly, I think AI is already changing your life, probably without you even realizing it.
Okay, I'll bite. How is AI actually showing up in, like, our everyday lives? Give me some examples.
Well, just think about the stuff you use all the time. Your phone, your email, social media. It's all running on AI in ways you probably don't even notice. Think about it. Personalized recommendations, spam filters. AI is working in the background, making our digital lives smoother and, well, more interesting.
True, true. I guess I do take those things for granted. But what about beyond our screens? How is AI changing the real world, the stuff we see and touch every day?
Oh, it's everywhere. Like in healthcare, AI is helping doctors diagnose diseases, figure out the best treatments for each person, even speeding up how we discover new drugs. And transportation, self-driving cars are becoming more and more real, and they have the potential to totally change how we get around. And then there's stuff like manufacturing and farming, where AI is making things more efficient, cutting down on waste.
So it's not just about fancy gadgets and robots in the future. AI is actually being used to fix real problems, making our lives better in ways we can actually see and feel. But it's also a little scary, you know? How do we get ready for a future where AI is like woven into everything we do?
That's the big question. I think the key is to stay curious, stay informed, and be ready to adapt. AI isn't standing still, so we have to keep learning, embrace the new stuff, and be flexible as things change. And, it's super important to talk openly and honestly about the ethical stuff, make sure these powerful tools are used the right way for everyone's good.
Couldn't agree more. It's a future we need to build together, and that starts with understanding what AI is, how it works, and what it can do.
Exactly. And that's what we're trying to do here, help you navigate this exciting, sometimes confusing world of AI.
Well said. Well, folks, that's about all the AI we can handle for one episode. It's been a wild ride through all the latest and greatest, and honestly, my head is spinning a little.
Tell me about it. But it's been an awesome journey, and I'm excited to see where AI takes us next.
Me too. And we'll be here to break it all down for you along the way. So thank you for listening to our podcast. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Have a great week.